Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Lauren and this is my allotment vlog. If you saw my last video where the polytunnel came down, it was just over a month ago now, and I won't lie, it was the last time I came here. It was so disheartening. It was the fact that it took all of my polytunnel plants with it. It took all the tops off my tomatoes because they were tied to it. I never found my cucumber plant again. I don't know where that went. So yeah, I just needed a break. I needed some time to recompose myself and stop myself from giving notice on the plot, to be quite honest. So I've come down today. I'm going to do a little intro here to show you where we're at currently. So this is the area that used to have my polytunnel on it. Obviously the ground wasn't covered, so it's weedy. My rhubarb are looking okay. This path here is atrocious with weeds, need to sort that. The beds, that's meant to be a salad bed, it's just weeds. These are my fruit plants, again, lots of weeds. This was my garlic, that's my strawberries. And here are my ginormous cabbage, look at those. Over here, not done too great, and this whole bed here is just pure weeds. These were my onions here, again, they've disappeared. So that's where we're at. So I've been and picked my absolutely ginormous cabbage, which was definitely the boost that I needed. That was how I needed to start this little trip down here. My neighbours love them. You may remember, again, if you watched my last video, I was completely fed up because it had been abandoned, the weeds were overgrown on the path, and yeah, my new neighbour is literally amazing. She has completely cleared the plot. She's put bark down in the path, so it just looks fantastic. So now I need to up my game and sort my plot back out now, because I've got all this like grassy stuff that's come back, but I'm just going to cover the ground. I've got an oat milk iced caramel latte, which is as sugary and caffeine as you can get, but again is what I needed, my motivation to get down here today. Does anyone else love the smell of wet bark? I think it smells absolutely incredible. But yeah, so I've been and started clearing the cabbage bed. So I think I'm just going to cover that with some weed suppressant now, just to keep it covered whilst I decide. Oh no, I'm not actually, because there's a couple of cabbages that haven't grown too well. They're really tiny, and obviously with this amount of cabbage that I've got, I don't need those. I'm not desperate for cabbage. So I've just kept those in the ground for now. I'm going to see if one of my friends' guinea pigs want it. I have Googled it and it does say that guinea pigs can eat it. So if she wants those little cabbages for her guinea pigs, she's more than welcome to them. But other than that, I will then cover that bed, and then yeah, I just need to get the ground covered now with some more weed suppressant. I'm going to get some on order and basically just get it all covered again, and then that way, once it's covered, I can then make a plan for winter. I do want to grow as much as I can in winter, and do you know what? Those cabbages I brought as plug plants from the garden centre, and if that's what I do with my winter veg this year, that is absolutely what I'm going to do, and I am fine with that. You know, I've tried growing stuff from seed, but I've not got a problem growing anything from plug plants now. Yes, it's more expensive, but for my first year, to get me going, keep me going, that's absolutely what I will do. So yeah, I'm just going to plough on for the time being. I've got a couple of hours that I can spend down here today. Just tidy it up a little bit, make it obvious that I've been here and actually made some difference, and then yeah, make a plan for going forward. I need to sit down and look what I can plant now. I'm going to go to the garden centre and see what they've got available to buy as plug plants, and then yeah, make sure I've got a bed ready to get planting in again. Basically, I really fell out of love with the plot. That was like, things weren't going well anyway. You know, I'd pulled up my potatoes and they weren't great. Everything in the polytunnel was the stuff that was doing well, that's the thing. So then once that was all taken, that's when I really lost my love of the allotment then, but I think it's back now. I've been away and stuff as well. I went to Portugal and things like that, which was lovely. So I couldn't face this at the time, but I'm back now. I'm going to get back on it. I'm not going to let it defeat me. My rhubarb actually looks okay. I wasn't going to pick it this year, but if there are 1 or 2 stalks that I can just pick just for a pudding for me and my boyfriend on the weekend, again, that might just be the little boost that I need, and I'm sure it's not going to hurt if I just pull 1 or 2 stalks from it this year, but I'll see if it's got anything available for me. But yeah, so I'm going to get cracking. I feel quite motivated now. Who knew that a cabbage could motivate me, but it has. So I'm done down here for today. I'll give you another little tour of where I'm at in a second. But yeah, I just need a game plan now, which I currently don't have. But that's what I need. I might just nip to the garden centre this afternoon, I'm not sure. But I've got my giant cabbages, but they are literally full of slugs, so I'm going to have to do something with that. Yeah, just rang my boyfriend and had a bit of a rant on the phone, because I know you shouldn't compare yourself and that sort of thing, but I'm like, how has everybody else got everything to grow? And I was sort of saying when I was on the phone to him, is it because this plot wasn't occupied last year and so the weeds just completely took over, so they're like strong this year because they didn't have anything to contend against apart from each other? There was no, you know, fruit and veg growing, there was no person there pulling them back out, making them weaker. I don't know, I really don't know, but yeah, I do feel a bit up against it. It's not woe is me, and I know I haven't got it the hardest, but I'm just like, what have I done wrong? Apart from leave it for a month, fully aware that that was not a good idea. But yeah, let me show you where we're at anyway. And also, one thing that I did really want to say, obviously I had a bit of a moment with the plot last month when I came down and saw the polytunnel, and I had loads of views. That was my #1 video of me literally having a strop over my polytunnel, but I had so many amazing comments on that video. I haven't gone back to everybody, I don't think, because everybody was so motivating and I really appreciate it, and it did motivate me, and that's one of the things that's brought me back here now. But I was just like, I just couldn't bring myself to respond to everybody. I just wasn't in the headspace of doing it, which is ridiculous. It's just an allotment, but yeah, I do feel like I'm fighting a losing battle a little bit. But yeah, let me show you where I'm at anyway. Show you some positives. I'm going to get some more weed suppressant, get stuff covered, go to the garden centre, get some plants. I'm not going to go to the garden centre today actually, because then they're just going to be sat in my car until I've cleared these beds, so I'm not going to do that today. I'm going to order some weed suppressant today, and then once that arrives I can then come down and sort it basically, and then go to a garden centre and get some plants. So yeah, let me show you where we're at anyway. This is where my polytunnel was, and you may remember from earlier today that that was really weedy, so I've just covered it with these pallets just for now, just to stop the weeds getting any worse. My tomatoes have all fallen over and I'm a little bit given up with them today, so I'm not going to do those today. This I've pretty much left as it was. That I think is a blackcurrant bush. My rhubarb, I am going to leave it for today, but it's not too bad. This is my huge bucket of weeds that I've got from the front of the plot today. Covered this little area here with some weed suppressant that I had. I've pulled all of these weeds out of the ground and then I've just left them there to die. Just because I've given up, basically. That is meant to be a gorgeous salad bed. That hasn't happened. This is absolutely hideous and needs covering ASAP because it's just a joke. These are my fruit bushes, and actually this one is planted in the ground here, but if we look over here, it's actually, oh, it's not even that one. Where's it gone? Hang on. It's rooted again into the ground, which I pulled out and didn't realise that it was actually rooted. So it's rooted on both ends, which is a bit odd. So I think I might chop that off. I'm not sure what to do with it, to be quite honest. That bed, again, I've just covered in pallets just to try and stop the weeds getting any worse, try and maintain them a little bit. This is my strawberry bed here, which isn't doing great, but it's full of these thistles that I need to get out, but I haven't got time now to take all the edges off, to take the netting off and then put it back on, so I'm going to leave it for today, but I will come back in the next day or two and sort that out to get those thistles out, because that will look immediately better. I've got these cabbages here that I'm just leaving for a minute for my friend's guinea pigs if she wants them. I'm just waiting for her to confirm. I've covered this here with old cabbage leaves, weeds, to die, because it'll cover the ground, I figure, and yeah, I'm just I'm not demotivated today. I've just had enough. I've weeded all the front of here. It's not completely out, but it's an awful lot better because there was lots of thistles. There's a thistle coming through there actually, but yeah, so it's better, but it's not 100%, but hopefully people will be able to tell that I've been down and done something with it. But yeah, look at these. This is all weeds that I've pulled out today, and they're literally covering the path led down, so hopefully they'll die in the next day or two. But yeah, weeds. I have got some tomatoes over here. They are mainly being savaged by slugs, but I have picked the ones that I could and looked okay. I'm not too sure what I've got there. I think the big one is one of those Marmande, and then I think the little ones might be Shirley's, but I'm not entirely sure. They're a bit small. I can't remember what the third one was. I think it was Sweet Million. Oh, actually, yeah, I think that is Sweet Million. But yeah, so cabbages. The shed is looking a bit of a mess with the polytunnel cover in there, but it is pretty accessible. The old polytunnel is there. I need to work out what I'm doing with it. But yeah, so I feel like all of my allotment videos have just been moaning, and I really didn't intend for that to be the case, and that's not my natural sort of state of being at all. But yeah, you just sort of have this idea of summer being quite idyllic at the allotment, having harvests, having a glut of cucumber or courgette or whatever. It wouldn't have been courgette for me because I don't think I actually even attempted to grow any this year. But yeah, it's certainly been a shock to the system, the reality of starting an allotment for the first time when really you don't really know what you're doing. I have bought a new book that I'm going to read. I can't remember what it's called now, but it's basically about organic growing. I'll let you know how I got on with that once I've read it. I will pop a link below if I recommend it. But yeah, I'm just a bit help me basically. Oh, what a muppet. It's just an allotment, but yeah, this just isn't the battle I thought I'd be facing. I think I've said it before in multiple videos. The battle that I thought I'd be facing in summer this year was struggling to water it. I thought I'd be down here for hours every day watering it, suffering with drought and things like that, but it's been a bit of a shock to the system that hasn't been the case at all. I think for maybe a week or two I worried because we didn't have any rain, but other than that it's rained, which you can probably tell by my cabbages because I don't even think I've watered those myself, barely, maybe twice, and they're absolutely massive. But yeah, so obviously with the rain it's brought slugs, it's brought weeds. Anyway, right, I'm going to leave that with you. I'm going to take everybody's advice, which was to just sit down with a brew, make a plan. I wasn't in the mindset to do that last time because I was in like a giving up mindset, but now I'm here, I'm going to do that. I'm going to take some pictures, go home and make a plan, see what I'm going to do. I'm just terrified at the minute that if they come around and do another inspection, then I'm going to get kicked off because we have to have 70% of the plot with stuff growing on it. I mean, I would be lucky if I had 30% that's got stuff growing on it. I don't even think I've got that much, apart from weeds, obviously, if they count those. But yeah, so I'm going to take some good pictures and make a plan and get back to it, and I will see you next week. I'm going to do a plan this weekend, and then I'll be back with a tea break Tuesday to let you know what my plan is, and then hopefully by the end of next week at some point, maybe beginning of the following week, I will have a video of me starting that plan. I'm not going to let it defeat me. I'm actually not. I am going to have a successful allotment, even if it's next year instead of this. Oh, I need to stop looking at everything that everyone's growing. I'm like, oh, is that a melon over there? Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, look at their broad beans. They're like 8 foot high. Oh, don't know how they've done it. Right, anyway, I'll leave that with you. I will catch you in the next one. Hope you've enjoyed my moany little update again. And any advice, stick it down below. Even if I don't get a chance to respond, which I will endeavour to do this time, then believe me, I have read your comments. I do appreciate the advice. But yeah, not giving up, just a bit disheartened, and I'm going to get back to it. Oh my word. So yeah, catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.